Morning, guys. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I actually woke up like 30 minutes ago, and an hour and a half before I planned to wake up. It's not a problem. I feel kind of like rejuvenated. My whole body feels rested. I think the way I'm sleeping is like a bit better as well. What woke me up is I think it's the cycle. I'm gonna call it the cycle. The cycle of, hey, we're doing something. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Why the fuck would I want to deal with this? And what's going on? Why isn't this working anymore? Yay, we're not doing this anymore. And back to point zero, I guess. So you start with doing nothing, and then basically, like, yeah, you're doing something. And then you kind of like have this cycle. And the first thing that came to my mind when I was in bed, was just like I woke up and I like put on my clothes and I was ready for my like morning walk. And what happened was I literally was like I grabbed the phone in order to like pee because there was no electricity, and this it's just 3:30 in the morning. Yeah, you're not gonna walk on 3:30. I would love to, man. Just like get it over with. But like, can't see shit. There's no electricity in the entire country. And on top of all of that, man, just the streets are full of random people. I don't know, man. Maybe one day I'll be adventurous enough to go and pick a fight, maybe with some random dude with something, but like, not now. But anyways, I was sitting like it was still like regardless of how you get over things, your emotions still are like, not really like settled. What the fuck happened? And what I thought was a normal conversation, or at least what I thought was me communicating, turned out to be a lot heavier or a lot more vague or nothing. So a couple of things happened when it came to work. One of them was the boss just went. He didn't go anywhere. He's always been this way, but I just thought he would always put uh, the business first, and he's completely not. Which I guess is fine, but what bothers me is he wasted my time, right? Now I did learn a lot, and a lot of positive things happened, but like not seeing a project through, and it made me think for myself. It made me think again, like I've been thinking the past 4 days, what responsibility lies on me, and now that it's kind of over, I'm looking in my head and going like, how did I imagine this succeeding? And it just started happening, right? Like you start thinking, how did you imagine this succeeding? And my imagination of this succeeding was a series of numbers and interactions. I don't think that really works when it comes to like thinking about success. When I say interactions, I mean like handshakes, right? Like I had a conversation with the people that I was working with, the team, and they were completely clueless. Like I literally have been operating under the guise of them understanding what's going on the past 2 months, but absolutely nothing, nothing at all. Like yesterday, it was like I'm not gonna deny it wasn't fun. I laughed a lot. I was like, whoa. I was so oblivious to what's going on. The communication. I thought I was talking about the work. And most of the time, I was like only talking about the work. And it made sense to me because it was clear and understandable what I was doing and why I wanted to do it. But with them, not at all. Not at all, not at all. Which made me consider like what listening truly is, and if we ever are listening, or if we just like building onto like whatever pretense we have in our head or pretext we have in our head. Overall, what bothered me the most is how they had no clue, whatever it is I was trying to do, they had no clue how it is affecting, how it could affect the business, the company, their jobs. Again, they tell you this, you read about this, you watch this stuff. The people will not understand you, what you're trying to do. And you think you're doing a good job, you always kind of think you're doing a good job. You always think you're doing a good job. And so I really think the initiation, the starting point when you're meeting people, so how to do it. Your starting point when you're meeting people, especially when you're discussing business. In my head, there has to be some clarity. A distance needs to be drawn as clearly as possible. And that should be the actual like point where any conversation you're having is either like shortening the distance or creating like a vacant block in between. It doesn't matter if they see that you have an experience, they have to truly feel the difference in experience. How would you actually send that to people? How would you send that message? How would you deliver something to people? It's funny because like when I said how do I deliver something to people, it's something I wrote on a voice note, on a note one time a week ago. How do you deliver a message to people when they're on a different planet? Their reality is completely different than yours. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way they live their day, the way they see the world. There's like sheer disappointment in their eyes, right? Like they expected whatever it is I was doing to start kind of like changing things overnight. Even though I sat with them, like I think over twice, explaining to them that the plan is over the next 6 months. It is, it is really impressive how I was so off the mark and how upset I was because I still am, right? Like I kind of wanted this to finish. I wanted this to end. I wanted like I still have a bit to do, and then we launch our campaign, and then there's no need for my existence. But no, there's absolutely nothing. And it's funny, like at least the team that I was working with, the were clueless. They kept saying they were reacting emotionally, but kind of like pointing blame, right? And in a way, because of how they have no clue what I'm trying to do, they don't know how to like mask their negative feelings towards whatever my existence or whatever my project or whatever everything we were trying to do has led to or had caused them in stress. But the boss is actually pretending that he has a clue. And effectively, what he's doing is he's masking his ignorance by making this if you don't know what you did wrong, then I don't think we can do business together anymore. And every time I read that, I like smile. And he sent that 3 times, man. He sent that 3 times. It doesn't matter what I respond with or what, any way I speak about, whatever I speak about. He says the same thing. he comes back and speaks in the exact same way. If you don't know what you did wrong, and again, like, even if I did know, who is he to teach me? Is it not cool to think that way? Is it that big of a problem? I don't know. In all honesty, it would have been fun to finish this. Maybe I've been avoiding writing code. Maybe. Maybe with this happening, I can start writing code now, finish the website by end of the month, and start going around giving it to people and trying to like get it on the streets, which would literally be which would literally mean I have achieved my goals because like it's written somewhere that by December I have to finish it. So I have 2 weeks of just beauty. I'm excited to get in the zone because I really feel this time I'm gonna get in the zone in a very like impressive way. I should stop hesitating. I should just start doing it. Well, today is my first day, so I'm excited. I finally moved everything to the house and I have working internet. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock. I'm gonna lay down for a bit, try to forgive myself for all the fuck ups, for losing the job, and I'm sure over the next week I'll either get a new contract that would take me away or that would like pull somewhere, or I'll just receive some money. It's funny how this shit works, right? Like I literally was excited to get the new house because it's a new vibe and a new setup. And the minute I do that, the work I was doing doesn't fit the setup. But the work I wanted to do, my own work, is basically the only thing that stays. What everything goes up and down, what I want to do is always there. And that's the whole point of manifestation, I guess, man. That's the whole just understand what you want to do and keep chasing after it. Yeah. See you later, guys. Thank you.